Hello, hello. We are in Monday Motivation Live. We are in Monday Motivation Live today. And hello, everyone. Say hello in the chat and where you're tuning in from. In a moment, Courtney and Robin will join me. And we have a lot of really great updates for you. And what we're going to do today, just to recap so you know what you're in for the next 15, 20 minutes, is we're going to talk about how your week went last week. And then we're going to wrap up the month because we're getting to a close and May is here before you know it. And we've got some really exciting topics. Yay, Robin's here. We have some really exciting topics for all of you for May. Okay, let me invite Robin in. Okay, let's see. Let me see that. There we go. So we want to know how your week went. We want to know, did you create a morning routine that is working for you? There.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
I wanted to go change my shirt and I ran out of time.
Time, girl. And, maybe you're going to find some fans who really like those Kings.
Oh, man. Yeah, except that they're out. They're out of the playoffs. So too bad. Surprise. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Charlie's like, what?
I know, I don't follow sports anymore. I used to be a huge sports fanatic, and I don't know. I love it. You invite me to Kings game, I'm going to be there. Except, it's not part of my wheelhouse these days.
Yep.
I was just sharing with the group. Hello, Linda. Welcome. What we're going to do today, as far as recapping this last week and finding out about how it went for them, and have they established a morning routine, and what was the one golden key that you've discovered, and are you planning on adding more things to your routine? And then we're going to talk about the cool things that are going to happen in May. I'm not going to repeat myself because you guys know what we're going to talk about. So we'd love to hear from you who are in the audience right now. Welcome, Mary. How was your week? And specifically about integrating your morning routine and any ahas that you had about it. Did you fall off the wagon completely? Like Courtney had a little story, and I have a little story about the morning routine. How did your week go this week, Courtney?
Yeah, so I have a fun story because I was doing really well. I was getting up and spending, 10 to 30 minutes, depending on my morning, on just being present and doing morning writing, and my biggest thing was my intention for the day. And so if you don't know, I work at a couple different wineries in the tasting rooms where we live, and I needed a little extra cash. And so one of my intentions for the day was I'm going to bring home really good tips. We're going to be busy and I'm going to bring home tips. And so that day I came home with $100 in tips from not very many people. And it was one of my busier days that I've had in a long time. I only work there on Fridays. So that's really cool.
That's a good tip day too.
That is a really good tip day, especially, where we weren't crazy busy, but I still had a good amount of people. And so then the next day I was like, oh man, I should have said cash tips, right? Because credit card tips go on the pay stub. And so I was like, okay, cash tips. So I did it again. For my Sunday, I was more specific, and I was like, okay, I'm going to bring home good cash tips today. So the second winery I work at, I went in and it ended up being a really rainy day. And so he's like, my manager said, you can just go home. And I said, okay, well, I had purchased some things for the business a couple weeks before. And he's all, oh, Courtney, I have your reimbursement. And so I still walked out of there with $30 in cash. not a bunch of money, but it was still cash in my pocket, which was my intention for the day.
You weren't expecting it.
No, I wasn't. I actually had completely forgotten about it, but but I trust them. So that's why I forgot that.
Yeah.
So that was really great. And then this last week, we've had a lot going on and I've just been tired. And so instead of getting up early to do my morning routine, I use those extra minutes to sleep in. And one of the first things I said was, that's probably why I'm so tired, because instead of getting up and getting motivated and creating that intention and spending that time for myself, I was just getting up and going and starting my day. And I am exhausted today. So I'm really going to take on this last week of scheduling that time to get up, and then we'll see how I feel next week.
Yeah. The power of intention. We don't realize, I forget, like, the power of intention. It almost occurs as woo-woo and magical, but it is. Yeah, you could call it that, or you could just call it like, this is how life works. Maybe it doesn't have to be live in woo-woo or magical. It'd be like, no, this is how life works. I think that's.
Hey, when you listen to all those people who are millionaires, what do they say? It was intentional and put that $100 million fake check above my head and woke up every morning to that,
100 million.
Well, yeah, it was in a story I read, but yes, it was a fake check that he made up and put on his ceiling.
Absolutely.
And he was making a ton of money with it.
Yeah. I want to acknowledge what you said, and the takeaway that I've got is that you have awareness when you have your routine and when you don't, and what the consequences or how the day would flow when you don't and when you do. And so the magic part of it, right, is that we are the creators of our life. We are the directors of our movie, like Robin was saying, and we can have the overall umbrella attitude is like, this is how life is. So it all starts here, in mindfulness. And whether you call it woo-woo or manifestation or law of attraction, whatever it is, it starts right here. Like, and going back to morning routines, I hear it threw you off. I had a really wonky week last week, and I wasn't really on task to completing all my morning routine. But I told myself, you're going to do one thing. If you're overwhelmed with all these other things that you typically do in the morning, just do one thing. So I did one thing. And even just doing that one thing, you guys, makes a huge difference, because I chose something that would ground me, that I would be able to get in touch with my heart and what my intentions were for the day. And it doesn't take long to do that.
Yeah.
So intentions.
Well, and you're keeping your word to yourself.
Oh.
Yes. Thank you very much. Actually, that was the underlying motivation that I'm not acknowledging right now. You're recognizing it is that keeping my word to myself. Thank you for bringing that up. That's exactly what was occurring. And
that's in the lesson this week, the final lesson, we talk about do at least one thing. So it was great that you brought that up. We've got all these ideas and all these things that you could take on. And that's what happens to me sometimes is I get a little overwhelmed by it. It's like, oh my God, what should I pick? And the other thing that I get a little bit stuck in is doing it right. Well, is this the right morning routine? Right for who? I mean, I'm the only one it's right for. Nobody else is looking over my shoulder telling me that's the wrong morning routine or you're doing it wrong. But I get hung up on that. It's like the right thing, like there's a right thing. So anyway, one thing, right, doesn't have to be the right thing. It's the right thing for you. And it could just be one thing. So don't let any of.
No, it's not right or wrong. It's what works.
It's not.
It's what works and what doesn't work. So find that thing that works.
Yes.
Exactly. Perfect. No right or wrong. No right or wrong. Just what works. So I'm really curious, though, from the listeners that are listening now and post broadcast, type in the comment if one of your morning habits was not looking at your smartphone first thing in the morning. I'm not going to say by when, but have you changed the habit? If you were this person from looking at your smartphone in the morning right away when you rolled over, or did you actually intentionally set that off? What What, Courtney?
Yeah, no, I have been consciously making the effort to not look at my phone in the morning. And sometimes it's really hard. Sometimes it's really hard. I mean, especially because if your phone is your alarm clock, right? Yeah. So that's the first thing you go and touch. And I just go, no. And I put it down. No, I'm not going to put it down. Even at night, it's, for me, listening to a TV show helps me fall asleep. So, kind of like a sleep story, but mine needs to be a TV show. I've been putting my phone upside down. So I really do just listen to it, and I don't have the lights in the room.
Oh, that's good.
And I've been listening to my husband more and keeping the house darker. So, but putting my phone down in the morning, that has been really big because it's so easy to do. So yeah, I've been making a conscious effort to say no, put it away.
Yeah, I want to acknowledge you for doing that because I know it's not easy. It's a difficult habit, kind of like smoking, to try and quit. It's like, oh, I know this isn't good for me, but oh, I really want it. It's a really tough struggle. I acknowledge that. Yeah. So good job, Courtney. And I have to ask this question. Do you feel an energy change from that one habit that you have developed? Do you feel an energy shift in the morning from when you used to look at your phone versus not looking at your phone now?
I mean, it definitely is different because I think what's important with not looking at your phone is you're not getting into anybody else's world, I think is how you said it. So it is more focused on me and my family and our routine and what's important to us.
Yeah, that's good.
Great.
And Mary put something good in the chat, which we can take a look at too, that she answered your question. So thank you, Mary. Personal time in the afternoon or evening. I notice when I do even a bit of a personal time in the morning, I feel more accomplished during the day. Like I actually accomplished something for me that set me up for the rest of the day. So there's, and that's good energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do we, let's talk about what we have upcoming.
Well, before we move on from there,
that's a good
with
one.
your morning routine and evening routine, what we would like everybody to take on is after you do your morning routine, when it is time to look at your phone, take on looking at the Forever Young group. Come and share and be a part of the group because, we want to see it grow. It's really important to all of us who have started it. We have a lot to offer. We have a lot to offer and a lot that we want to offer. So make sure your notifications are set up correctly. So you're, getting text messages a few times a day. That's helpful to me. I get them through text message. And then that way it's a reminder, I should go see what's going on over there and engage.
Yep. And we have a reason for doing that, for you doing that. Shelley, do you want to talk about the DSD?
So May 1st.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, I want to comment that having them, what you said, Courtney and Robin, what we talked about is having you guys look at your phone once you are engaging with your phone after you have given yourself some time in the morning. This is a positive thing. It can be part of your morning routine. This is something positive that you can look at, something positive that you can take away and you can actually put into action that day. So what we're going to start coming May, it's called DSD. Who wants to guess what that is? Put it in the chat. Okay, we don't have a lot of time. Okay, so put it in the chat. What do you think DSD is? I'll give you a countdown. 10, 9, 8. Anybody have any idea?
Looks like Mary's typing something.
DSD is going to be, let me give you a tip. It's something you're going to do during the day. All right, Mary. What did Mary put? I don't see it yet.
I know it's not coming. So she's typing.
Okay. So
I have no idea.
But and to tag on what you just said, Shelley, it's very cool that we're not on social media with our community, because if we were on social media and you wanted to go check in, you'd hop on Facebook and you go to our group, right? Well, but chances are once you open up Facebook, you're going to go down a tunnel and you may or may not get to your, Forever Young wellness community, because now you've gotten triggered by something or excited by something else, or a friend said something. So if you start with us, sure, go to your social media, do all that. But if you start with your Forever Young wellness community, you won't get sucked into all that other stuff, and you'll start your day on a very positive note. So DSD.
Yes, so I like it. So DSD is doing something different, right? It looks like this. So when you see this, that's what we mean. Okay?
What?
And so I want to say,
DSD. Okay.
Yeah, one of the things that you can do is, instead of going to Facebook when you normally would, train your brain to go to Forever Young first to get, whatever you need. And chances are that what you need that day is going to be exactly the message that you read here at Forever Young. Has that ever happened to you guys? It's like you went somewhere, you opened up a book, it's like an omen or, download, like, oh my God, that's just what I needed. We're going to give you just what you need to start your day and to end your day. So that's why we've added checking in on Forever Young as part of your morning routine, and checking in on Forever Young as part of your evening routine. And if you have either of those printed or written down somewhere, add that, because we promise you're not going to be disappointed. So we're going to talk about doing something different.
Yes. Starting May 1st, and it's going to be something inspiring or motivational that you do for the day. That is going to simple, easy. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be kind of like a little challenge, but we don't want to call it a challenge. Just
but something a little extra for you to just do. It'll take you 30 seconds or maybe a minute.
Yeah.
And it will be somewhat tied into the habits. And where we suggest that you go when you open up your Mighty Networks is just click on the feed. That's where you want to start. You can go wherever you want, but if you open up the feed, so on the left-hand side, you'll see all the menu, just click on feed. That'll give you everything, all the posts that are going on in the public, from community chat, in our habits. It won't open up the private group feed because that's separate, but anything that's public will be in the feed. You can comment on those posts. You just can't post yourself from the feed. And we've talked about that, just reminding you. So just go to the feed. Yes, you don't want to have FOMO.
Mm-hmm. Mary said, I'm adding the lesson for the week to start my day. Wonderful. Yes. So, and that's on a great note, Mary, because the other thing we want you to do is also start scheduling our Monday motivations to actually be here with us live for Monday motivation at noon Pacific Standard Time. And what we're going to start doing for all of our participants who are on here live with us is do a drawing every week. And so this next week, which is the 29th, Shelley is offering a 15-minute coaching call. So she can give you a little bit more information about her coaching call, but you have to be on here live with us if you want to be entered into the drawing.
Woo, woo. Yeah.
We'll have to do a post on that too, so people know.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And so, yes, it's a little bribe. Okay. It's a little bribe to get you guys here, and even to bring a friend. If you have a friend that goes like, who has a friend that you wish that they were learning and on the same page as you, right? I imagine like all of us do. So bring them in here so we can teach them, we can mentor them, and they can grow the same mindset that you've got. So bring a friend. So the coaching call, you'll get to pick, and it is free of charge, complimentary. normal value of, I don't know, I guess for that 15 minutes might be $75. But we'll pick something from one of the lessons. Like maybe you are confused about clarity, or maybe you want a little help with your morning routine, or you want some guidance for, your food and nutrition plan, or, how to shift that mindset. Whatever it is for you, it will be, you get to pick from the lessons so that you can have that enhanced and really grow in the direction that you want to go. So that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, well, there's just a couple things before we wrap up. I want to make sure everybody is aware of the VIP course that started today, and today is Earth Day. It is the, what's it called?
Clean Up, Green Up.
Clean Up, Green Up. I get it confused. Clean Up, Green Up. This is an awesome course. We don't realize how many toxins that we come into contact with on a daily basis. It's just a little overwhelming. So my philosophy has always been, wherever you can eliminate toxins, wherever you have the power to eliminate toxins in your life, do it. That's what this particular course is all about. It's still open. Ask the person who invited you how to get in, and come on in the course. It's really awesome. The other thing we wanted to talk quickly about is next week. Our Monday motivation call next week will be a wrap up on the first 2 months. So we're going to go over the sleep
mastery,
and this one, reduce stress and improve clarity. And we'll just review that and then talk a little bit about the upcoming course, which is going to be really fun, about fitness.
How to integrate fun, pleasure, and fitness as a powerful way to enhance joy, health, and happiness in your life.
Yes.
Woo, woo. Who wants that?
I want that one.
Which one do you want more? Fun, pleasure, fitness, joy, health, happiness. Choose your passion.
Well,
which one?
My body probably needs fitness, but my brain probably wants more fun.
What about you, Courtney? What about you, Mary? Elena?
Yeah, my body definitely needs the fitness, but I want to make it fun.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't feel like I'm working out.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
I get it.
So let's do it together.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anything else? Last words?
Questions, comments?
Oh, speaking of that, while Mary's typing, she is typing. Let's have you guys, the audience, send us questions for next week. Because as Robin said, we're going to be doing a recap, right? You guys, Courtney, Robin, where could they send us their questions? So we'll go into a little bit of Q&A. We'll have the questions in advance, and we'll answer them for you.
They could send us a direct chat.
Yep.
They could go to our Meet the Coaches page and chat through us right there.
Okay, let's do that.
And that would go directly to us.
Yeah, to either Shelly or Robin or Courtney.
Yeah. Yes, let's do that. So we're going to invite you to bring forth the questions, challenges, comments that you have, so we can share all the goodness that y'all have experienced in the last couple months, because it's been full, right? It's been a lot. How has it been for you? That's what we want to know. How has it been for you?
Well, and it has been a lot. And there were several people that were in the Protein Power Up course to learn more about protein. And then by next Monday, we'll be almost done with the Clean Green Up course. So there is a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
A lot of questions that people may have. So so send in your questions. And with that, we will wrap it up for the day. Have a terrific week.
Yeah, have a terrific week, you guys. Make it filled with passion and fun and pleasure. Get ahead of the game and do something pleasurable for yourself today. Whatever that is.
Take a nap.
Perfect. Yeah, it's different for all of us,
all
right?
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
All right, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Courtney, remind me how to end this. Where is it?
Down at the bottom left-hand corner, it says end.
Bottom left.
There we go.
Thank
Bye,
you,
Linda.
Linda.
Bye, everybody.